Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my bronzer and face palette drawer. There is actually one highlight palette in here because my highlight drawer is overflowing. So I will just take that out and I'll share it with my highlights. Okay, so I have two things over in my like everyday makeup caboodle. And the first one is this ultra ancient e.l.f. bronzer in Glow. Is it going all focus? No, yeah. Can you? Thank you. And this is just so old. I bought this back when I first discovered e.l.f., I believe, when pretty much every single, it was before they had the $6 products. This was back when all of their products were $1 and $3, but like 90% of them were $1. So this is very old. Yeah. But I have this in my everyday makeup caboodle. It's not a drawer, so it's a caboodle. So I'm gonna call it an everyday makeup caboodle. Because I would really like to at least hit pan on this year, if not use it up completely. The second thing I have in my everyday makeup caboodle is this face palette. This is the Color Co Faux Glow. I got this from Five Below. It's basically 3 bronzers and 3 highlights. I actually like the highlights a lot more than I thought I was going to, because when you swatch them, they swatch very powdery. They're not cute, but they actually go on the face pretty nicely. They're not like the best highlights ever, but they're not bad, and I can definitely use them. So yeah, this is actually in my Pan That palette for this year. I am doing this and then 2 eyeshadow trios. So I really want to use this up. I don't know. I wanted to use up my e.l.f. one this year, but since I have these 3 bronzers that I'm also trying to use up, I'd rather get through these 3, but I do still want to at least hit pan on the e.l.f. one. But yeah, so I've got that. And then I keep all of my bronzer palettes to this side, like bronzer and contour palettes to this side. And that's anything that's like only has bronzer and contour in it. And then on this side are all of my face palettes. And I consider a face palette to be anything that has more than one product type in it. So if it has highlighters and blushes, or highlighters, bronzer, and blushes, or if it has any combination of those 3, then I count it as a face palette. So I'll go over my bronzer and contour palettes first. First one is this Profusion Pro Contour. I got this one from Five Below as well. It's kind of like a Kat Von D Shade and Light dupe. I don't think I've actually used this yet, but yes, I have that. And then I have this Makeup Revolution All About Bronzed palette, and it has like 2 shimmery bronzers and 6 matte bronzers. And honestly, actually, you know what? No, there's 3. There's like 2 marbled shimmery ones, and then this one right here is actually shimmery. But yeah, this one is also really old, I think. Pretty sure. But it's called a blush palette. Oops, sorry. It's one of the ultimate blush palettes, but it's in the shade All About Bronzed. So it's a bronzer palette in my book because it's all bronzers. This one I got in a BoxyCharm a few months ago, I think. This is the Ace Beauté Bronzed in Paradise. And it has 4 bronzers in it. I really don't know that I'll get any use out of the 2 darker ones because they are, on the viewfinder, they're showing up a lot lighter than they are in person, but in person they're pretty dark. And even the second one, like the first one I could definitely use, even the second one might be a little deep for me, but I will find a way to use it somehow. Okay, so let's start grabbing stuff. This is the In Studio bronzer in the shade Fiji. I got this at Walmart for $1. My Walmart does not carry this brand anymore. They carried it for a very short period of time. I'm really not sure why, because it's actually pretty good quality, you know, for the fact that this is only $1. It's really nice. So I don't know why they don't carry it anymore. I don't know if the brand doesn't exist. I'm not sure. I have this Hard Candy little mini baked bronzer. This is in, what is this? Party Girl is the shade. So if you watched my blush collection video, I mentioned in there that every year around Christmas time, when they put the stocking stuffer stuff out at Walmart, Hard Candy always has little $1 makeup stocking stuffers. And a few years ago, they came out with these little mini blush, bronzer, and highlights for $1. So that's where I got that from. And it is scented. This is chocolate scented. I have the Milani Illuminating Face Powder in Hermosa Rose. Sorry if I butchered that. And it is kind of a like shiny bronzer a little bit. It doesn't really show up shiny though on your skin. It's more like just has a healthy glow. It's not really shiny. I don't know how to explain that. Let's see. I have this LA Colors bronzer. I got this from, this is in Beach Babe. I got this from Dollar General. And when I bought this, I went to Dollar General to find the, I can't remember what the brand is called now, but the new Dollar General makeup brand. I mean, by now it's not new. It's over a year old, I think. But I was looking at the other makeup and something about this intrigued me. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I bought it and I don't think I've used it yet, but yeah, I have that. Let's see. I've got two of these Color Icon bronzers. This one is in Bikini Contest. And then I have Ticket to Brazil, and this is the one that I was using pretty much all year last year. I did get a little teeny dip. I don't know if you can see it. A little teeny dip there. But for the most part, it's, you know, still pretty intact. Actually, you know what? No, you can see the rings. I can see the rings. I just realized that's what that is. Oh my goodness. That's exciting. Yeah, this is the bronzer that I used all year last year. See, I have 3 Physicians Formula bronzers. I have 2 butter bronzers, one in bronzer and one in light bronzer. So this one is in bronzer. And then this one is in light bronzer. Let's see if I can put them next to each other. Honestly, they're really not that different. But I love these. I feel like with the butter bronzers, people either love them or like really love them or really hate them. But I love them. The smell is just incredible. This is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster in the shade light to medium. And that's what it looks like. I have the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. It would be helpful if you guys could see, right? For lighter skin in 01 Natural. This is huge. And then I have the Makeup Revolution Ultra Bronze, and that's the shade name is Ultra Bronze. This is, I don't know why I bought this. This is so, I don't know if it's showing up on camera properly, but this is so dark for me. I have to be so light-handed with this. I've only used it once or twice, I think. But, yeah. So that's all of my bronzer. Now I have face palettes. And the first one is this e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzing powder. This is in Fiji. So it's just a blush and a bronzer. There's this Ulta Beauty one. I don't know like what it's called, but it has a highlight and a blush in Fresh Glow and Nude Pink. This came in like one of those sets where you get like 20 pieces if you spend so much money or something like that. Pretty sure. I have the Laura Geller Multitasking Eye Lip Cheek Palette Cream to Powder Trio Shades of Nude. Such a mouthful. But it has a highlight, bronzer, and blush. These are all cream. The blush is Tuscan Coral, the bronzer is Coconut Grove, and the highlight is Gold Dust. I have not used this yet. I have swatched them though. I got that one from BoxyCharm, and I got this one from BoxyCharm too. This is the Real Her Ultimate Glow Getter Cheek Trio. And this has a bronzer, highlight, and blush. The blush is in Blessed, the highlight is in Goddess, and the bronzer is in Incredible. Now my larger ones, I have this Profusion Highlight and Contour Palette. And there's only one like contour color. That's the only matte in here. The rest are highlights. Really only 2 or 3 of these will work for me as highlights. These two definitely will not. So I'll probably end up frankening those with something at some point. But I'm going to use what I can out of here first. Have the Benefit Cheek Parade, and I still have the brush in here. I take brushes out of everything, but for some reason I've kept the brush in this one. And sorry the names are upside down. I'm just trying not to like shiny with the mirror. I guess I can do this. It comes with Hula, Hula Light, California, Dandelion, and Rockateur. I really like this. This cost a pretty penny, but I really like it. Actually, let me put the brush back in there. And then the last thing in this drawer is the Profusion, it's a big boy, Profusion Blush and Bronze. I kept the brush in this one too for some reason. I'm not sure why. It doesn't want to open. Oh, there we go. So it has 6 blushes and 3 bronzers. One of the bronzers is shimmery. So let's see, do that so you guys can see the names a little better. So the blushes are Alive, Lush, Splendid, First Date, Ooh La La, Bloom, and then the bronzers are Elated, Light Bronzer, and Medium Bronzer. But that is everything in this drawer. I really don't have a crazy amount. Like I've got a lot, but this, I don't know. I feel like this drawer is not too crazy. Definitely not as crazy as my my highlight drawer that will be coming up next, which is honestly a little bit embarrassing. But it's okay. It's all right. I like highlight, so I'm fine with having lots of it. Okay, let me go ahead and count. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing I did with my blushes. I'm gonna just go on my phone real quick and show you guys my inventory spreadsheet for my bronzers. So this is, oh, sorry, the little bright. This is my bronzer inventory collection. I have 38 pans of bronzer. So if you didn't watch my blush collection video, I did explain that in my inventory, I count every pan as a separate product. So I count every pan in my bronzer palettes as a separate bronzer. And then I have a second section down here at the bottom. You can see right there it says in face palettes. Those are any bronzers that are in what I consider to be face palettes. So anything in a palette that consists of more than just bronzers. And because of that, that takes up one space. So I have one less than what it shows on here. So 38. 38 bronzers. I mean, honestly, like that's pretty good if you compare it to my blushes, but I'm really not crazy about bronzer. Like I'm not a person who cares about having a ton of different bronzers. So for me personally, this is excessive and I need to chill. I have not bought bronzer in a long time. I've been getting bronzers from BoxyCharm. I got this one. And then I got these two face palettes, the Real Her and the Laura Geller face palettes. Before that, I think it'd been over a year since the last time I bought bronzer. And I'm determined to keep my bronzer collection at this number and just continue working away at it because I just don't need this many bronzers. Maybe like 2 or 3 and I'd be perfectly satisfied. So yeah, for me, this is just way too much. For my blush, honestly, this is not like that bad. I did explain in that video that there are 3 blush palettes that I plan on buying this year to round out my options in my collection, basically, but I'm not buying any bronzer. Just none, no. But that is it. That's my bronzer and face palette collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments down below what your bronzer collection is like. I am curious. Yeah, so I will see you later. Bye.